EON, Commander, Criminal Investigations with the Williamson County Sheriff's Department. Thank you guys for being here today. We've asked you guys to come and help us find a missing gentleman that we think is in danger. We are concerned for his safety, and we have not had any tips come in from the public through all of the efforts of social media, the efforts that you guys have already helped us with. So we're asking for help. The person that we are looking for right now is Mark Yarbrough. That's Y-A-R-B-O-U-G-H. He's 63 years of age. He's a white male, and he's from Central East Austin. Mr. Yarbrough is not familiar with the rural area of Williamson County. He is familiar with the location that we believe that he was going to, but at some point we believe he had become disoriented, possibly some type of medical condition, and he has not been seen or heard from since Monday morning at about 5:30 in the morning. I believe that was on the 27th. We have reason to believe that he cannot see very well. He has some vision problems, and we have found his prescription glasses, and we do not think that he knows where he is without these glasses. In addition to that, he has had some medical issues with some surgeries that may prevent him from being on his feet for a long time. So with that, combined with the fact that he's not able to see very well, we're extremely concerned about him, and we need help. We need the public to call us with any information that they have about Mr. Yarbrough. Anyone that has seen him, heard from him, or even knows him at this point, we're asking for your help. Mr. Yarbrough was last seen wearing blue jeans, a dark-colored shirt with tennis shoes. The area where Mr. Yarbrough was last seen was eastern Williamson County on County Road 327 near County Road 161. So from here, it's just a few miles to the west of us. He has no mode of transportation. We do know that there was an incident with his vehicle where it became disabled, and at this point, we have no idea where he is. Starting on Monday night when we got the call at around 11:30, the Williamson County Sheriff's Department has been searching for Mr. Yarbrough. As of yesterday, we have requested assistance from several volunteer organizations that are well known to the media and to the public, that being Team Texas Canines, TexSAR, Texas Search and Rescue, and Texas EquiSearch. Yesterday and today, we've had involvement with them. They have been here helping us. In addition to that, we have had the Texas Department of Public Safety Aviation Unit and the Austin Police Department Aviation Unit have been out here for the last 2 days searching for Mr. Yarbrough. At this point, we still have another 550 to 600 acres of very densely wooded pasture land that we're searching, and that's pretty much where we are right now. So anything that anyone out there has, please call us at 512-864-8344. Again, anyone with information about Mr. Yarbrough, please call 512-864-8344. 8344, which is the Williamson County Criminal Investigations Division. You can also call 911. With that, I'll take any questions that you have if I can answer them at this point. That's all I have as far as that information.
As far as when he was last seen, I know there was some confusion whether it was Monday morning or Monday night. Can you just go through the timeline of when he was last seen and when he was reported missing?
So he was actually last seen where we can put eyes on him on the 27th at about 7 in the morning. We actually have him reported missing, and we received the call at 11:30 Monday. PM.
And it said something about his truck and his keys and wallet were located at a friend's house. What do you...
That's incorrect.
Okay. So the only thing you found of his is his glasses?
At this point, I can't go into everything else that we have found or have not found. I can say that he is without his telephone, and so he has no way of calling anyone. And in this rural area of Williamson County, he's been out here for a while, and it's been hot, and he's without food and water.
Do you have any idea why he was in this area? You said you think he was last seen or found?
Yeah, at this time, I can't comment on that, but he is familiar, I think, with some friends maybe in this area, but that's all I can say about that at the point.
Are there any persons of interest or people, the friends in this case?
At this point, we're asking for help to find Mr. Yarbrough because we're concerned for his safety, and we truly believe that his life is in danger, and that's the point of this press conference today.
You were talking about his vehicle was disabled. Could you say a little more specific what exactly that was? Was it gas? Was it down? Flat tire?
What I can say is he potentially because of his health and maybe because he couldn't see without his glasses, then he got it stuck basically. So that's about all I can say about that right now.
What can you tell us about the search operations that have been happening in the different groups, what they're doing besides the air?
So at this point, we have initially searched the areas of concern with what we could during the nighttime hours and when visibility was low. When it became daylight, it was a more intensive search. As of yesterday, we have not heard anything from him. Through all the efforts of you guys and putting out his information, no one has called us. So that leads us to believe that he is still somewhere in that area. And the concerns of him not being able to see, potentially having some medical issues and not being able to walk well, not knowing the area on foot because he doesn't have his car, he doesn't have his phone. We have now increased our search area to include, again, the areas we've already searched with the more detailed grid pattern search, using all of the volunteer groups that are very well familiar with searching. They've done a great job, for the communities over the years, and so we're doing a very detailed grid search of a large area.
Is there a description of what he was wearing?
Yes, sir. The description again of his clothing is blue jeans, a dark colored shirt, and tennis shoes. The description is he is about, Mr. Yarbrough is 5'11", 165 pounds, black salt and pepper colored hair with brown eyes.
What kind of vehicle did you say you had?
I do not know that detailed information this time.
And any indication of foul play?
I'm sorry, with these masks, it's hard to hear.
Any indication of foul play involved?
At this point, I want to reiterate the purpose of our mission today, and that is for the safety and the concern of Mr. Yarbrough, to try to find him.
I know that we wanted to get the message out about him, but can we say this is a criminal investigation or it hasn't developed? Or...
Not at this point. I'm not comfortable with saying that. what I can say is it's very important that we find Mr. Yarbrough for his safety. Any other questions?
Do you know if Mr. Yarbrough had a job around here, or if he had friends and family members that you're in touch with?
We have been in touch with the family, Mr. Yarbrough's family. They have been very involved. He has had some close friends that have joined us in the search efforts yesterday into last night. We are in communication with close family and relatives and friends who are cooperating with us and trying to help any way that they can to give us information to help us with the investigation.
He lives here in Granger?
Mr. Yarbrough lives in East Austin. Yes, he is from Austin, so he is not familiar with the area to where he's missing.
Was his vehicle located on a friend's property, is that correct?
I didn't say where his vehicle was located.
I think the original release said that, though.
Yeah.
So is that still accurate?
I can say it's near that area. At this point, I could not honestly tell you that I know exactly the location, but we do have the car.
Can you tell us who reported him missing?
It was friends that he has that reported him missing.
The same friend who the property is near?
At this point, I can't answer that because I don't want to give you information that I'm not 100% on.
And what can you tell us about, like, the last time he was actually seen? Where was he? What was he doing on Monday morning?
At that point, he was on County Road 327 in an area. Unknown whether or not he had already had some type of medical episode or what the situation was. Obviously, we don't know. I mean, we just, at this point, we're trying to figure out a lot of that. Anything else? Well, thank you guys for coming out. We appreciate any help that you guys can give to us and give to the family of Mr. Yarbrough. It's very urgent that we find him. All right? Thank you very much.
Will Dupree here in the KXAN Live studio. You are looking now at a picture of the man that authorities in Williamson County are now searching for. His name is Mark Yarbrough. This is the last known picture they have of him that they've shared with us and other news outlets here in the Austin area. Just to reiterate what the commander for the Williamson County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigation Division just told us, he said that Mark Yarbrough was last seen on County Road 327 in Granger, which is a pretty rural area in Williamson County. Mark Yarbrough is 63. He's initially from East Austin, and the commander said that Mr. Yarbrough is not familiar with that rural area of Williamson County. They believe that he became disoriented or possibly had a medical condition at that time, and he has not been heard from since early Monday morning. They did say he also has vision problems. Deputies found his prescription glasses, so they are searching a large wooded area with pasture land in Williamson County looking for him. A number of entities are helping at this time, joining the Williamson County Sheriff's Office. Those include Team Texas Canines, TXAR, which stands for Texas Search and Rescue, Texas EquiSearch, and then the Department of Public Safety's Aviation Unit, as well as Austin Police Department's Aviation Unit. The deputy there said that Mr. Yarbrough does not have a phone, and they believe that his life is in danger at this point. So if anybody has seen him or has information about where he might have gone at this point, please contact the Williamson County Sheriff's Office. The number that was shared for the Criminal Investigation Division is 512-864-8344. The deputy also suggested calling 911, as we are wont to do in these sort of situations. The deputies are saying that he was last seen by friends in that area of Granger near County Road 327. This is close to another county road there. I'm going to look that up so that I can get that right. So he was last seen at County Road 327 near County Road 161. Again, this is in Granger in Williamson County. He was last seen wearing blue jeans, a dark shirt, and tennis shoes. In this photo, he has glasses, but they said they found his glasses and he does have vision issues, so he may be disoriented or possibly had a medical issue, as the deputy said there, as they continue their look along with other entities. Again, I'm going to leave up this photo of Mark Yarbrough so that if anybody has seen him or knows of his whereabouts, you can contact the Williamson County Sheriff's Office. We thank you once again for watching our stream and potentially helping to locate Mark Yarbrough, who has not been seen since Monday morning in Williamson County near County Road 327 in Granger. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I'm Will Dupree here in the KXAN Live studio. You can find more information about him and the search for him as well on our website, kxan.com, and on the KXAN News app. For now, we're going to take this down. We hope you all stay safe and healthy, and if at all possible, still at home.